Next item of business is the minutes.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We need a motion on the memorandum.
I move it.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll pass around. JD.
You have a deauthorization for the rural economic development part two position.
This has gotten quite involved. We might as well deauthorize this position until the board chooses to fill that position. The economic development director, because we have to have a home for the person that's the secretary there. Once we get the economic development director's position filled, then we can post this job. and fill it again.
Reauthorize it.
I think that's the way to go.
Because that's the only way to,
If it's a temporary position, right now, it's a lady, she's in the recorders department, working as a temporary position. At the end of 30 days, she would go back to the secretary in the economic development department, even though there isn't a department there for 30 days.
well, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all, but that's the way, is that correct, JD?
The way the contract reads, it could be put back again into the department, but there would have to be a waiting period before it just could be continuous.
So, then.
Could go back, doesn't automatically go back.
No.
It's just would be a possibility.
Well, the position ends at the end of 30 days.
Right, but then it could be reinstated after it had a waiting period to go back for 30 days, but that doesn't give you any answer of the future.
Right, and during that interim time, she's sitting somewhere doing absolutely nothing. That is a good explanation.
Yes.
I move on to the authorization.
Is there a second?
I would second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
What we have next is that during bargaining, and Larry said in bargaining, that basically we had AFSCME present a dental plan, or excuse me, an optical plan. And it was put into the contracts because it is not employer fed, for dollars to fund it. It's an individual's choice, an option if they want to participate. And it was a good plan. And at the same time, we were being talked to by other resources for other optical plans, which may be out there for employees to take advantage of at their own dollar and their own choice. Well, Ed Gilliland had a number of them approach him. And he looked at them, and so that we could give the employees, two options to choose from instead of just one. Gloria has one that she worked with Ed on, and I'll let her present it.
One I got is called Superior Vision, and this one has a 4-year guarantee rate, where the one through AFSCME is 18 months. Then it can be reviewed again. The co-pays are the same at $20. The premiums are significantly different. The one through AFSCME is, for a single employee is, it is $16.10, and through Superior Vision, it's $11.38. So it's about a $5 difference. For employee and spouse, it is $25 through AFSCME and $22 through Superior Vision. And then employee and children is $25, and employee and children through Superior is $22. Family is $40.76 through AFSCME and $33.50 through Superior Vision. Again, 4-year rate compared to an 18-month rate. The co-pays are the same, they're $20. A significant difference is that through Superior Vision, every provider in the area is part of it, where through AFSCME, it's a select few. So it's a big difference basically cover the same other than that. And you can get, single vision, bifocal, trifocal, progressive, polycarb, all the different types of glasses, and on both plans. But the cost of the plan and 4-year rate versus 18 months is a big difference.
Is that per pay period or
Per month.
month?
So they're getting a broader coverage, a broader selection of providers out there.
Right.
Are the benefits the same? I mean, do you get the same
Yes, the benefits are
benefits when you
very,
go to the dentist?
yes, the benefits are very, very similar through both vision plans. The difference is the 4-year guaranteed rate versus 18 months, and then in Woodbury County, all the providers are part of Superior, where there's only a handful that are through PSP. And I don't have that list with me right now, but it's approximately 12 providers.
Have you ran by Ask Me yet to let them? Yeah.
So the one that get your payments first.
And really all we're doing here is collecting money and making
Right.
the
Yeah.
insurance premiums.
Because they pay it out of their own pocket.
Right, it's
And
100% employee sponsor, they pay.
whether we offer one or two plans, it's really up to this board.
Well, I like a broader choice. I mean, it gives our employees a broader choice in providers. If we're getting the same and if not better benefits from it, the employee, then that's a positive too. So my choice would be, Superior. What's the name of the company?
Superior.
Yeah, Superior.
So
And offer that, run that by Ask Me and see what they say. And
I guess I'd rather hear what Ashley thinks before we do something. That's it, the ones that brought it up.
do we, or just my opinion, can we offer both of them to the employees, or do we have to get permission from us?
I think you show them both plans.
To
But
the
I would,
employee and let them
What
choose?
And really, ASME is not involved in
No.
this. This was presented at negotiations, and they used ASME for, a model. They said this is what they've done at the state level, and would we consider doing that at the local level, and we said, fine.
So we don't have to go with them.
No, you don't have to go
Go to
either
the-
one.
Either one.
but I think as a courtesy.
Yeah, as a courtesy, I think we offer them both. And somebody else, as an employee, they get to choose which one they want to go with.
Yeah, and
You know, and I know it's perfect.
all the lawyers to do is, or whoever would be recommending one or the other.
And that's what we would do, is just send out the information, both plans, and some of the employee, if they wanna do plan A or plan B or nothing at all.
And that does not create a problem as far as billing, using the two carriers.
Gloria, is there any history on Superior on what they do with their rates after 4 years? I mean,
I can
is there a history, I mean, has it been a huge jump after 4 years, or
There
do we know?
wasn't with the last period, but it did go up about 50 cents.
And I can see where, but you just don't know if it's one of those that come in real low and then after 4 years, you're thinking, man, they're gonna get better off with the other one. I just didn't know if you collected information.
We did a check with a couple, or I should say, a check with a couple different carriers, and there was kind of a cost of living raise, it was approximately 50 cents, but after 4 years.
Right, yes, okay.
4 years is a good guarantee.
It is.
That is excellent.
That's why I ordered it.
Yeah,
It's gonna double or.
Well, if you keep both plans in the play,
That helps.
so
Keep it
Superior
competitive,
decides to
doesn't it?
jump up,
Yeah.
you still gotta ask them to fall back on.
Is there a motion?
Do we need one? I mean, just let them go forward with it.
I'd like to see this in written form, and some history on both of them. And I think we should visit with ASME before we slam dunk something here, just for courtesy.
We're not signing up on it today. I just,
No, just,
I like the concept, and I think we should offer the, as you say, Mark, the information to Ask Me as a courtesy,
and if you offer both plans,
and they can come back with
the employee
with
may be
preference.
standing.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back and get more information and talk to the house man for that.
We'll put it in your package for this week,
Yeah.
and then we'll
don't think so.
This is gonna be active.
Additional information, put it in black and white, I think the summary you made this morning is good.
Thank you much. Mr. Nara.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First item we have is a resolution acknowledging and accepting Bullmeyer Avenue into the secondary road system. This street was constructed as part of the replat of Lot 5 of the Bullmeyer subdivision. The construction was completed on last fall. The owner is still working on erosion control, but the plat has been approved and recorded, and it's just now a matter of, it's a good idea to have these in the board's records separate from the lot table, so it shows clearly that we are taking that road over.
Where is Bullmeyer at?
Bullmeyer is off of County Road D12, about a half a mile to the east of the Sioux City limits on D12.
I would move it.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
This requires all 5 signatures and the recorder, or I mean, the auditor. Next item we have is a permit to work in the right of way for John Hack. This is to replace a private crossing to take water from the field on the south side of the road to the lateral on the north side.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we have 2 permits for long lines. The first being to provide service to 2369 Buchanan Avenue. They're putting in 6 grit copper. The requirement that I'm putting on them is that they need to either bore under or plow around any and all cross culverts and structures.
Move on, Buchanan.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we have one to provide service to 1612 230th Street, Liberty Township. Also 6-pair cable with the same requirements upon. Move it.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item that I had on the agenda was a discussion of a proposed road vacation. We've had a request from the adjacent landowners to request us to close a portion of Pocahontas Avenue between Liston and 300th Street. The nearest parallel road is about a half mile away. There should have been a map included with the board's packet. The surrounding properties are owned, 75% of the land is in the hand of hands of Mark and Marilyn Boyle. There's a quarter mile at the north end that belongs to a different property owner who's also in favor of the closure. Boyles live right at the south end of the road. The things that they cite are the problems they have with people getting in there four-wheeling, getting stuck, knocking on the door in the middle of the night. They have concerns about the safety of the road. It is one that's subject to some pretty significant erosion when we have large rain events. There's no gravel on it, so with some of the hills that are on that road, it gets some pretty deep ruts in it. We do not exert a lot of effort in that road right now. With it being a dirt road, basically land access, we blade it a couple of times in the spring till we get the crops in, a couple of times in the fall, get crops out. Occasionally, we might go in there in the summer if, for instance, right now Mr. Boyle has got some of it in hay. And, if we do have erosion, he would call a maintenance shed, get that type of thing done. The thing that sets us apart, and one of the reasons I want to talk about it rather than, that makes it less than a straightforward closure, is that the Boyles have requested that the county also obliterate the road. By that we mean take and blend the road in as if there was never a road there. did this on 240th Street, between Ida and, Jasper. We closed that road in 2009. That was one that was started, under Richard Storm's tenure. It used to be going back into the 90s that obliterating the road was a requirement by the county as part of that closure. In the late 90s, the state code sections were changed in an effort to make it simpler for counties to close roads. So we are allowed to close and abandon, basically cut off both ends of the road, and you know, the landowners then would have the responsibility for restoring it to the condition where it could be tilled.
Mark, let me stop you, we've got a 10, 15 second
Oh,
time.
very good.
We'll just have you wait for 1 minute here. We'll open the public hearing on parcel number 185640. This is not the time to bid on that parcel. It's, if you want to contest or go along with it, with the sale.
Seeing there's no one here, I move the hearing be closed, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll sell the property at approximately 3500 West 7th Street. Is there anyone to bid on that property?
Yes, sir.
And your name?
Justin Engelhardt.
And your bid, Justin?
Minimum bid $650.
Okay. 627. I got 127.5.
627.
Is there
Unless you
anyone,
wanna get a smart money.
is there anyone else to bid on this property? Is there a motion?
Motion to close?
Second.
All those in favor of selling the property, Mr. Engelhardt?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It's yours.
This young lady will take your money.
Thanks very much.
You bet. Okay, Mark.
Back out again, and in the late 90s, the legislature changed the laws covering road closures to make it simpler for the Board of Supervisors to get rid of some of the huge number of roads that all the counties have in inventory. The only time that we're required to pay damages or repair land occurs in those periods where we would cut off access to a property, and the board has some options in those cases. In this case, nobody is losing access to the property. The other would be access to a home being lost. So basically, there's only two conditions under which the board has to pay damages, as we discussed and looked at during the vacation of that platted street right along Sioux City. The last job took us over 3 weeks to do. It was a little better than a mile. It was all just shy of a mile and a quarter. We did everything at that point but push back the topsoil, which we did in the spring, which only took 3 or 4 days for that operation. That went much quicker. But all in all, that road cost us a little over $10,000 just looking at the fuel and labor side of it. This job, we're looking at probably 2 to 3 weeks. There's some areas there where we would have to work about 150 feet back onto the farmer's property to generate the soil that would be needed to push some of these cuts through the hillsides that are present on that road. And like I said in the memo, I'm estimating between $6,000 to $7,000 in expenses. Right now, it's about 200 gallons of fuel a day at $3.50 a gallon. So, we're talking $700 a day in fuel just for that period, 15 days of that. So half our expense is just tied up in running machines. That's not even looking at the amount it costs us in machine wear and tear also. But my questions to the board were pretty well laid out in the memo. Is this something we want to pursue? There are long-term savings. We take a very long view of road maintenance. We've had most of these roads for the last 150 years. And next period, we will save some money. It's not huge though, there's no bridges present on this road. There's just a couple of crossroad culverts is all that's present. There isn't, we spend anywhere between $400 and $600 a year on roads of this type. Just in Blake, we don't bother to open them for snow removal, so, I mean, they're at the very low end of our maintenance costs.
This would be a Class D road if you went back to ABCD.
Yes, it would be bottom end.
And all we do there is put a sign on either end of the road, an embankment or whatever.
Minimum maintenance and no snow removal would be the way this would be signed in the great scheme of things. I mean, what we would do is we just clean the ditches at both ends so nobody can get across it except at the property owner's field entrances. I mean, we do need to clean the ditch in front of the Boyles residence and get our drainage reestablished there anyway. But there's a significant number of trees, some mature down at the south end that have grown into the ditches. And that's part of the expense of tearing it all out.
So, what are you recommending?
No recommendation?
I really didn't have a recommendation on this. I wanted to see if the board could proceed. Long-term, there's savings. I wanted to lay the case out in front of you. It would not be a bad road from our perspective to see closed. But I'm hesitant to spend that kind of money restoring it so it can be used for tillage again. The landowners would argue that we made it a road, we should put it back into condition that they can farm. My argument is
for free.
Yes, they would get it for free and get it restored in that case. I think that's a terrific amount of money to be spending that we could be spending removing snow traps or doing something that benefits the rest of our road system. Again, that's 3 weeks, we'll have 3 people completely tied up. You know, I would not mind seeing this road closed. I have difficulty though in going along with with pushing the shed. At this point in time, the landowner at the south end, I haven't spoken with the other property owner, but the Boyles are of the opinion that they would not want to see the road closed if we didn't push it shut.
They would not want to see it closed?
They said the road might as well be open if you're not gonna restore it to where they can use it.
Well, I'd make a motion that we leave the road open.
Second.
It's not listed as an
item.
action.
Well, again, the action would have been to direct me to start road closure proceedings. Really, all I need is the board members to tell me whether or not we should pursue that. There is expense with the road closure hearing, that's why I wanted to do this rather than just bringing it to you as a closure.
Well, the property owners put it that way, I mean, I wouldn't close it.
Yeah, if they don't want it closed, which is basically what they're saying.
Well, unless we tear it all
Unless
down.
we pay for turning it back into farm ground, can tell them if they want it closed, period, that
Because
we have to go
yeah,
along with.
we've got roads out there that really have deep gorges in between them. I mean, and if we start this with this piece of property, then there's going to be others that's going to want us to do it. It's going to cost us a ton of money.
That's my concern. If we set this as the pattern, we could be stuck with doing this for
Absolutely.
every road vacation. I think there's times where we should be able to do a vacation and not be stuck with this. I guess my thought would be, if it would reflect the board's opinion, I'll write both landowners a letter stating that the Board of Supervisors would be willing to close this road, but we will not stand the expense of obliterating the roadway. Are you still interested? And then allow it to go from there.
Yeah.
And say, we'll allow the road to remain open in its current condition if they would come in and fight it.
Plan.
That's what the opinion I was getting. If you guys felt it was worth $6,000 or $7,000, we proceed.
I'd rather-
But again, I have a great deal of difficulty in doing that. Thank you. The final thing, pardon?
I was gonna say, you still have more.
Yes. The final thing on the agenda today is a Surface Transportation Program Project Agreement. This is an STP project. This is the replacement of the pavement on County Road D51 from the I-29 access, or exit at exit 135 to Port Neal Road. This would be the Port Neal Landing interchange. This project is 100% funded by STP and RISE. There is no local county money that's going into this other than to buy a sliver of right that we needed one in. This includes the placement of a right turn lane on D51 and an acceleration lane on County Road K25, which is Port Neal Road. DOT is even throwing in project administration on this one.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yes,
Move it.
they're taking over all the administration on it and coordinating it with their interchange project. This is going to help us assure that the road is closed for the minimum period of time possible by coordinating the paving and reconnection of the new bridge to the pavement. So
That's great.
we really owe Tony Lazarovich and the DOT staff, and I'm sure it flows all the way down from the director at this point, and the assistance they're giving us with this project and making sure it's smoothly coordinated for our industries down
And I'm
there.
really not surprised. I mean, they've just been cooperative.
Right.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It said that they will let bids to repair that interchange very soon.
February, to repair the damage to the bridge, an emergency letting has been scheduled for June. If I had had a chance to get your construction report, that would have been part of it. But they are doing an emergency letting in June to repair the damaged Port Neal structure. They're hoping that by the beginning of September, that it'll be open 2 lanes of traffic again, and it will remain that way until it's replaced. Yeah, 2 hits in a 2-week period really did a lot of damage. At least this time, all 4 beams were not involved. Only the first one was cracked. So they've been able to at least maintain traffic on a 1-lane basis over the top of the overpass.
Don't forget the Orton Slough.
I have not. Thank
Good
you.
report, thanks, Mark.
Hearing of any individual or group wishing to make a presentation to the board. Is there anyone in the audience wish to be heard? Supervisors' concerns or? We stand adjourned.
It's suffered 2 severe. First one being courthouse.
Which one?
The second one there.
What's the deal?
The first one, about 4 weeks ago, just.
This is a wage plan ISD you put together, David. For our wage plan people, I asked, what's the name, Davey, put that in there, it does carrier plan for the increases, the wages of our wage plan goes up 1.something% each and every year. It puts us in a position where we don't have to worry about evaluating one of these individuals all. We'll catch them up and we make some comparisons to where the unions are right now and where these people are. And we recognize